All right, on to stage 6 of Austrian Grand Prix, the penultimate stage here. So here we got another set of 4 goals. Now the skipping cost has increased up to 100 gold per challenge. All right, getting pricey to skip, so don't do that. All right, so starting first challenge, we gotta finish 12th place at least while managing the tire heat. So we're starting out with the cold setup tires. So that just means it's gonna be pretty slippery. So whoa. All right, let's block off racing point, guys, since we do have a few ranks to make up here. Alright, so, but tires heating up pretty quickly, up to 50% and counting. And then, yeah, Antonio, we're gonna have to kind of push you out of the way and chase down Kimi now. Alright, now we're up to 80% or 90% and counting, so that's about as good as I think a full grip, so we can be a little bit more? No, I think we need to be pretty aggressive. We got a few more ranks to make up here. Gotta get up to P12, so... And inside couldn't quite cut underneath, certainly without having a little bit of a resistance there from Raikkonen. Alright. And Team Haas guys now. Magnussen. And 13th place, not too far away. Alright, Roman. And had to cut off the inside as Kevin Magnussen trying to get around me trying to undercut from underneath. And he definitely will be able to because I just am not fast down the straight. So I cannot let them pass, of course. And oh, that was pretty good. And yeah, I know, clipped his tail. But hey, you know what? When you're running with the bare minimum, you gotta do what you gotta do. And apparently track marshals weren't watching. And there are no cameras. Nobody saw that. Anyway, we got P12 now secured, so looks like we're gonna finish behind Daniel Ricciardo of Team Renault. And pretty decent lead. So once again, I know, I don't think bots are any slower. So I don't know if the bot training really does anything in this event. At least the feeling I'm getting so far is that, yeah, I'm not noticing any big difference between this run through here with AlfaTauri and my other run that I went through with Renault. So maybe it's kind of, you know, not worth the time. We'll see. All right. But anyway, that is a solid start to a new stage here. So let's carry on to goal 2 and overtake 4 opponents and finish at least 8th place. Right. And this one we have 3 laps this time. So that's I think the highest lap count that we've had in this event. So I wonder what that means. Does that mean it's gonna take a while to catch up and overtake 4 cars? I guess we're starting in P12, so if we overtake 4 cars, that would put us at P8, doesn't it? Whoa! Alright, so I guess we're just kind of continuing from our previous challenge, as I finished P12 behind Daniel Ricciardo in the last goal. So now we're starting from that position, and now we're tailgating behind Esteban Ocon, another Team Renault, and then chasing behind my teammate, Daniel Kvyat. And somehow his car is faster than mine. What gives? Well, we know why. He's probably got the recommended PR met versus I am way underwater here. And I'll overtake from inside. That was a beautiful overtake. Undercutting. Yeah, you gotta watch. Look out for those windows right there. You know when you yeah, don't get too cocky. All right, so one more opponent to overtake, and looks like it's gonna be Lando of Team McLaren. All right, we got a whole lap, so actually we got a whole lap and then some. Right, this is the 3-lap race, so I think given the distance, I think as long as I keep the pace, I will be able to overtake. So make this corner nice and tidy. Very good. That was good. Anytime I can make through that without flying off, it's a good run. Alright, and we're definitely closing in on Lando, so alright, no off track, nice and clean, very good line. And whoa, minute 2 for a lap there, that's a good pace, definitely. And yep, just like that, overtaking, although I don't think I can maintain the lead, and I'll send them off to check out the lawn work on the side of the track. Alright, now I got P8 and the rest of the lap to myself, and I am not really thinking that I'm gonna try to even go anywhere near Carlos Sainz up ahead. No reason to push that hard, but that allows me to really have a relaxed run rest of the lap, so I won't, make any silly mistakes after I come this way. Because, this is a 3-lapper, so if I mess it up now, it'll cost me quite a few service bars, So, alright, so looks like Lando has caught up, but not before I finish P8 there to complete the goal here. 333 and change. Alright, pick up another some 250 driver XP, and yeah, finishing 8th payout isn't exactly all that great. So throughout the event, I feel like the motorsport dollar payout for this event isn't much. So if if you haven't banked up enough motorsport dollars at the beginning of the event, don't expect that you are going to be able to earn enough through this event itself. You'll have to do some separate farming if you really want, if you're running, if you will, a deficit at the beginning. Alright, and that takes us to goal 3. Alright, so now we gotta climb up to P5 this time, and we also have to manage the fuel. Alright, so and this time we are given 7 units of fuel, and we have longer distance to cover. What gives? Alright, fine. Okay, so we're gonna have to make the early overtakes. Alright, Carlos early on, and chasing down Charles now of Team Ferrari. Alright, so given that we're more or less 7 units of fuel, and so we got 2 laps, so like 3.5 units. If I have that much at the end of this first lap, that means considering the out lap, that should put me in a pretty safe position where I'm not gonna, I can be assured that I'm not gonna run out of fuel midway through the lap. So, and if you can catch draft, obviously it does help, even if it's not all the way down, which is simply because you're slower, your car's just not performing the same pace as your opponents. And look at that, Sharp, being a gentleman, yielding his line when he knew he couldn't claim it. Thank you very much for just handing me the P5 there. And then we have a decent amount of fuel. I think that should be plenty, sufficient. And now I don't have to drive as hard, because obviously I'm not in a hot pursuit of P5. I already have it. I just need to defend now, which is generally easier task than trying to overtake, right? And then we got still over 1 unit of fuel. And then final bit, the bots should be slowing down as long as I can make it clean. There we go. So a decent amount of fuel left. Slowly cross that finish line. Alright, so delivering P5 to meet the goal, the challenge here. Some 249 motor driver XP for that effort. And yeah, the payout not that great. Just 11,000 motorsport dollars for that. Those 2 laps. But I suppose we've had worse payouts in the past. So, all right, let's continue on. That is 3 goals out of the way. On to the final goal of stage 6. Here we go. And this goal is tricky. This, I gotta say, is took me a bit of time to get through this one. So of course this one you gotta draft and finish 3rd while managing fuel. So we got like triple goal to complete. So that first corner, you have to take it pretty aggressive. Actually, every corner you gotta take it pretty aggressive. You gotta get behind like Verstappen in my case, P3 right away and catch draft from P3. And after the second corner downhill, I really cannot stay up with the stay on par with the rest of the grid. So this is where I gotta kind of let them go on a side excursion, a little bit of extracurricular activities to dictate the pace. And then yeah, Alban, you're gonna have to go off as well. And then now this point, if I get a nice break, head start on it, and make sure the Verstappen does not take as fast of a line as he could otherwise, then you get this, this opens up just enough of a window, because I still had to gain the drafting still. I wasn't done with completing 2,000 meters of drafting. So yeah, that challenge was tough, but fun. I enjoyed that one. Anyway, P3 finish, just a single lap. And fuel is something that you didn't really have to worry too much about. At least I didn't feel like that was, as crucial of a part of the goal, as much as it was all about just making through that, setting the pace early on and building up as much of the drafting at the early stage of that race. So anyway, that will do it for the stage 6, the penultimate stage. And for that effort, there's 50,000 motorsport dollar reward, plus some gold. What are we getting now? 15 gold. Wow. All right, so that'll do it for this video. Stay tuned for the final stage coming up. Stay tuned.